So apparently Ethan is right now talking about Hassan.
Ethan is very.
Apparently he's getting into some drama with him. I don't know when this started, but I would like to see that. Apparently he's live right now shitting on Hassan Piker.
All right, guys, please, we're procrastinating. Okay.
Just a little bit more.
Okay, here's my goal with this. I'm going to get through this as quickly and factually as I can. I feel that I need to say this. I need to address this once and for all, and just, this is it, okay? So let's turn off chat, because...
Turning off chat.
You know what I mean? Whatever you guys have to say at this moment.
Turning off chat for this one.
I don't know. I don't want it to be toxic. That's it. That's why I'm turning it off. All right.
I'm curious how he feels about Hassan now. Because, he's definitely shit on him a few times, for some crazy stuff he said. And, ever since that podcast ended. And they also, they had some serious drama between Ethan and, Frogan and that whole community. There was, a bunch of Instagram drama going on, various tweets back and forth. I remember one really funny thing is somebody, called Ethan out, and then he, posted about them, and they were like, you're bullying a small account. And it's like, you publicly called out, a public figure. Why are you complaining, you literally invited this.
As I said, I'm going to be quick and factual. There's no fluff.
You can't complain. If you call out someone publicly and they shit on you, you can't complain when they respond, right?
I want to get through as fast as I can. This is not something you're interested in. Obviously, I understand. I would suggest you refer to timestamps or catch our Friday show if you don't want to watch this. Totally understand. Before
You're so serious.
I begin, I would like to address a couple of points that I know will be brought up. One, that I hear a lot. Why don't you talk to Hassan about this privately? I did text him a couple of weeks ago after I saw the clip of him saying that he had no problem with Hezbollah. I texted him that I thought it was pretty...
Hassan has taken pot shots at Ethan in the past few weeks, saying that his audience is retarded and he's an idiot. So why would he not respond publicly? If somebody comes at you publicly, why would you not respond? Their entire beef, the reason the podcast fell apart initially was public. It was in a public podcast. So why would he not respond publicly?
Disappointing and disturbing the way that he was, I'm on no sleep, sorry. What's the word? He was hyping up Hezbollah. And granted, when I texted him that, I said, you don't have to respond to me. I totally understand because it's unsolicited, criticism. I get it. But I was kind of hoping to open the door to a more personal conversation. He did not reply, which I took as basically just we're on the opposite sides of this issue and talking.
Hassan ghosted him, dude. Holy shit, he ghosted him. Ethan looks better. Yeah, he lost weight for sure. People saying he's on finasteride. He's always had a good hairline. I don't think that's true. Got to have a conversation about my hairline, though.
King isn't going to really help, which I get. And I agree. That's probably where we're at, unfortunately. But I did try, and again, not to blame him, because I said you don't have to respond, just so you know. I felt I needed to tell you this, so it's not that's what happened, okay? And in fact, we haven't spoken in a few months. We've spoken very little since the show ended.
Yeah, he's not fat
Obviously,
anymore. He got unfat.
This is what I don't like. I've been taking these stupid little pot shots at him and Instagram stories and stuff. Something happened over the past few days that really fucking set me off and made me get kind of just determined to finally just do this once and for all.
Oh, shit. You think it's going to be the terrorist clip? You think it's going to be him showing the terrorist video to NMP lol? It's got to be that clip of him showing the terrorist fan cam. Right, it's got to be that.
So, obviously, things have gotten more strained between us as time has gone by. And after some recent events, which I'll get into, I find it impossible not to say anything. People don't need to speculate about our relationship, about our opinions about each other. I just want to address it now openly, bluntly. As a person, as a friend, I respect Hassan. I don't think you need to choose between us. It's not like that. In fact,
I do not respect Hassan as a person at all. I think he's a bad person.
It's not personal at all. I am seeing a concerning rise in anti-Semitism and a normalization of it in a way.
Ooh, Hassan's not going to like that. Hassan's not going to like that one bit, bro. That's not going to be good. That's going to be bad for business.
That I don't think Hassan is anti-Semitic, but I do think that stuff he does contributes to it. Well, and I know that's a big claim. However, I hope that you will watch this through. I believe it's well supported, and I feel that it will be persuasive if you listen to what I'm saying. So please, at least give me the due. Give me your ears for
Big Perp. I have no idea what Zone Sama is at all.
A moment to hear me out, and feel free to disagree with me all you want. But again, it's not. Hassan can do better. He can conduct himself better, in my opinion. It's possible that we could be friends again down the line. Or not that we stop being friends, but we could be.
To them being friends again, doing a podcast again would be such a fucking disaster. Hassan's audience is insane. They're radically politically radical communists, okay? They laugh at videos of police officers dying because ACAB, all cops suck, right? Like, they're insane people. Like, associating with that kind of audience in any way is horrible. Like, Hassan's entire brand is built off of, like, for example, like, there's that clip where he was talking about landlords and he said that they need to be dragged out in the streets and killed. There's a clip of him saying that he thinks that rich people getting raped is okay. Like, this is the kind of person you want to hang out with. Like, this audience is toxic. They're foul. They're unempathetic.
Be friendly again, or more on talking terms. I don't know, down the line. But at the moment, he is like the lead. He's kind of like the most prominent voice on this issue. So it's not personal. It's literally just addressing where this is all coming from. Another comment that I read all the time that I want to address up front, and it's kind of the heart of all the problems that I'm having here, is that I hear all the time. In fact, this was the top comment on a thread on our subreddit, is that with all the terrible things happening in Gaza, I can't bring myself to care about anti-Semitism, which I understand the sentiment, right? There are terrible things happening in Gaza. However, these are the people who are...
Don't forget the CEO of Twitch fully supports all of it. Yeah, they do, because they just banned Asmongold for saying something, which, hey, I get why he was banned, but at the same time, they don't ban Hassan for any of the crazy shit he does, you know? Do I want Hassan to get banned? No, I don't, actually. I think he should be able to say whatever crazy shit he wants. But Hassan also encourages censorship of other people, and I know he didn't express any amount of, I know for a fucking fact, he didn't express any kind of, like, sadness or disagreement over Asmongold being banned, right? Because there's a double standard on that shitty ass website. They don't give a fuck. Twitch is corrupt.
Nonstop
from the top down,
trying to convince everybody that Zionism is not Judaism, and convince themselves that we don't hate Jews, we just hate Zionists. So when I complain about anti-Semitism, why is it that it always goes back to Israel? It seems that they're the ones that are confused about Zionism and Judaism. Because again, if I'm complaining about anti-Semitism, what does that have to do with Gaza, or what does that have to do with Gaza? You know what I mean? Apparently, according to them, nothing, if they're not related. This is a confusion that is at the root of the problem I'm having of contributing and rising anti-Semitism that I'm seeing, is this usage of the word Zionism, which is basically become a catch-all. It doesn't mean much, and it has a whole spectrum of meaning. As I'll show, it can mean... Like, if you look at a leftist Israeli, you ask them what Zionism is, they'll tell you, a lot of people tell you it's Western expansion, like settler expansionism, right? And they say, oh, I'm anti-Zionist, I'm against that. Where the idea of, like, you know...
Ethan's aged a lot over the past few years. Yeah, he seems stressed out. I know he says he has anxiety. I remember there was this one time when, this is like years ago, when like I had made that big video on the main channel with Nick Diorio about Ethan, and it was like maybe a year after the Gokunaru video came out. And Ethan was addressing it, and he said that he read every single YouTube comment about him. Like, he would sit and read every single comment, negative or positive. And if you're reading comments about you all fucking... Like, I'm going to be honest, guys, I usually don't read YouTube comments that much, okay? I'll read the top few that come in, and then after that, I typically won't. If there's a video that gets a bunch of backlash, like a bunch of dislikes, sometimes I will check to see if, like, there's some kind of valid criticism, and sometimes there is, actually. You know, sometimes there is valid criticism of stuff I've said, and that's totally fair. But I make a point not to like read every fucking comment and sit just reading comments. Because if you do, you're going to go crazy. If you spend all day reading negative or positive affirmation towards yourself, you're going to go fucking nuts. Either if it's all positive, your ego is going to get inflated. You're going to have some kind of crazy echo chamber where you think, you know, all criticism of you is invalid. Or if it's all people who dislike you, your self-esteem is going to be on the fucking floor, right? You can't spend all day reading people talking about you. That's not a normal thing for humans to do.
Taking Israel off the map, they'd be like...
That's honestly part of why I don't stream every day, because I don't want to have, like, I don't want to be reading a chat talking about how I feel all day. I don't want that positive affirmation, dopamine, or negative affirmation all day. I don't want that, you know? It's bad.
That's insane. Like, obviously, no. So are they a Zionist, or is it a Houthi pirate that Hassan's been hyping up, and a Houthi flag that says "Curse upon the Jews" and "Death to Israel"? Is that Zionism? What does it mean? What does it mean? People call me a Zionist all the time on the internet. To what extent does it? The extent of my Zionism is this: do I think Israel should be wiped off the map? No, that's the extent. And that's all it takes.
That was always the weird thing to me, to see people calling Ethan a Zionist. You know, obviously to different people, Zionism can mean different things. But like when I saw Ethan talking about the Israel-Palestine stuff, he wasn't like, he at no point did he say like Israel should steamroll Palestine and like just take them out. Like he never said that, right? He never said anything like that. All he said was like, I feel bad for the Israelis that are dying. That's all he said. You know, he was like, I feel bad for innocent Israeli citizens who die. And that was like a crazy statement to some people. That was like he's endorsing genocide, which is so stupid.
To hit me with that catch-all. You know what I mean? I find it's turned into a slur. I'm going to get into all that. And I hope you guys will listen. I'm grateful to everybody who's a fan of both of us. I hope you will not take this personally. Completely reasonable to be a fan of both of us. And I'm grateful that you're able to put aside whatever perceived differences we've had and able to enjoy both of us. If you decide you can't watch, understand, love you, know that processing things that are happening in the news is extraordinarily difficult. I will not judge anybody for walking away. Perhaps at this point in time, it's better for both of us.
So he's just trying to kill the controversy. It looks like mentally this has been like affecting him.
If you do decide to do that.
He's going super soft on Hassan here. It seems like he's just like trying to walk away from it as unscathed as possible and end the drama.
However, that being said, I do hope you listen to my presentation before deciding to depart. But once again, this is something in my heart that I feel I must communicate. And so that is what I'm doing. And I also want to say to everyone who's expressed their support to me over the past 2 days, I am extremely grateful. Thank you. There was a point when I felt like literally nobody supported me, and it was just...
Have you screened this? It's like live, so no.
My own community was like, I felt gaslighting me and just completely shitting on my beliefs. However, there was a very hopeful push towards some more healthy discourse that I felt encouraged by, and I want to thank the people that who did that, and thank you. Yeah. Also, I want to say to Hassan, that I skipped forward. Appreciate all the times you've defended me from your community. I know I'm not one to hold someone responsible for what their fans do, as you probably know that our audience does crazy shit. However, I do think that while you tell everybody to leave me alone or whatever it is you say, that your rhetoric, your tone, the way you carry yourself on this topic is the reason why I'm being harassed by so many people online, a large part of your audience. So let's start from the beginning.
Holy shit. He's actually about to go off. Is he about to try to destroy Hassan? Is he going to bring out the big guns, so to speak? Is he going to bring up DanClancySucks.com? Bro, I'm actually so excited for this. Oh my God. Dude, I'm more hyped for this than I have been for content in a while. Let's go, dude. I'm super excited. Let's go.
Here's an album of the stories, just to catch you guys up to date. This started with this tweet I saw.
By the way, I pulled this
last night to see where it was at. When I posted it had like 30,000 likes. It says 90,000 likes, 2 million.
Yeah, I saw this, dude. This guy was cheering on Asmongold getting banned. Meanwhile, he's saying he hopes that all these people commit suicide.
Views. I never.
Like, once again, it's all just like, one-sided political shit. It's like, if you agree with my political perspective, you can talk. If you don't, you get banned.
Heard of this guy, it's from, first of all, Comrade Casey. Yeah. That Comrade Casey, the guy who is a fucking absolute creepy weirdo who was posting Hamas simping shit via love. It was so weird. This dude. Anyway, you guys remember that whole thing. He typed in and said, please stop talking about me. And while continuing to talk about me. Very good. And again, I'd also like to wonder, what the fuck is it exactly I've said or done to like belong in this image? I know what you're saying, right? What have I done? I continually ask myself, why am I being held up with these group of people? And anyway, Comrade Casey said, I'm assembling a team. This guy, Hassan Kader, said,
I feel like I haven't seen Ethan say anything nearly as, sort of uncouth and insensitive as the shit Destiny has said in regards to like any political thing. The craziest thing I saw Ethan say was he made some joke about how he wanted the NRA building to get bombed, which was a crazy fucking thing to say, and I gave him shit for it at the time. I think he deserved shit for it because, it was kind of a joke, but also not really. But for this kind of person to like shit on Ethan for like being crazy politically when he said something like that, and this guy didn't have a problem with that, he was probably just mad that Ethan wouldn't say that every that every Israeli should die. Like for this kind of shit to be, why he's getting called out is really interesting. He attracted a very crazy community with doing leftovers with Hassan, and they will like not leave him alone forever. They will lash themselves onto him forever till the end of time.
They commit Suicide Squad, and which I found, I'm like, wow, okay, so 90,000 likes telling me to kill myself for a belief. And again, this is part of the problem. Like, what have I done? Like, why am I in these memes getting 2 million views of me telling me to kill myself? Because apparently I'm like anti-Islam or I hate Gaza or whatever. I mean,
this is the problem with political shit in the current day online, right? Even if you say something that's like kind of measured, it will be taken to the worst possible interpretation. People will just assume that you are part of like whatever degenerate evil group they don't like, and they'll just try to like destroy you. They'll try to destroy you, man.
Asmongold was just
Cancellation's only valid if Hassan did something fucked up. Granted, he interviewed and supported a Houthi rebel. Hassan has said and done a lot of fucked up shit on stream, bro. So much. The thing is, like, I don't really even think that he should be banned. Like, I honestly don't. But if Asmongold and Destiny are going to be banned on Twitch and Hassan isn't, it makes me really question what's going on with the content moderation on that website, you know? I don't advocate for like anyone's ban. I don't think Sneeko should have been banned either.
blasted
But like Hassan has pushed equally conspiratorial, crazy shit for his political side, and he's gone away with it.
for saying horrible shit about like
Yes, Hassan did laugh at cops getting killed, and he definitely jerks off to it because he thinks it's awesome.
I don't remember the verbatim, but he said something like Muslim culture or Arab culture is inferior, which is insane, right? It's fucked up. It's insane. When have I ever said anything like that? You know what I mean? Never. Okay. So but since when is telling people to kill themselves like normal? And again, part of the irony of this whole thing is that on the left, they're basically willing to undermine everything they believe in. I guess at the behest of going after Zionists because they see Zionists as subhuman. They see them as Nazis. They've given each other permission and consent and the green light to essentially target whoever they perceive as Zionists with whatever abuse they deem necessary.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, this doesn't apply to like all liberals or all leftists, quote unquote. You know, it's really this like super terminally online, like Hassan type audience of just like fucking sycophants, right? Like that is the kind of person that is, you know, okay. There's this like motto they have, which is like no bad tactics, just bad targets, which is like if somebody is a piece of shit and we determine they're a piece of shit, any action against them is justified. Literally any, you know, take away their bank accounts, take away their Twitter accounts, take away their YouTube, take away their Twitch, hopefully get hit by a car. Like that's literally how these kinds of people feel, you know,
because they're Nazis and they're killing.
They literally, to be clear, they are literally advocating for him to end his own life because they don't like how his like conversations with Hassan over a political issue went. It is nuts.
Killing children and innocent people in Gaza. That is my problem. Anyway, I responded to this tweet telling me to kill myself with 90,000 likes. I said deranged shit telling me to kill myself with 36,000 likes at the time. 36. What exactly as I said or did? Nobody has ever been able to tell me. Moving on to the next one. It made me think of this tweet from our wonderful Houthi pirate, the cute Houthi pirate that Hassan interviewed. And I remembered this tweet he put out. Just a cute tweet from our favorite Houthi. Same people.
Yeah, liberals and leftists aren't the same. Yeah, I know. That's the distinction. I was making that distinction, then also making a distinction between like, you know, average people who, you know, like I have met people who are like advocates for like socialism or socialist policies and aren't insane people. Like they just aren't, you know. They do exist. They are out there. And some of them are my friends, you know, and like at the end of the day, like the base kind of I guess like the spirit, the animus of like a socialist or a leftist, like making it super, super basic down to the very basic core idea is like they think that like poor people should have money, or they think that like billionaires should pay much higher taxes, or they think that, you know, redistributing some of the wealth is a decent idea, which is not like in and of itself, that's not an evil idea. That's just not an evil idea, right? It's like a empathetic position to have from the start, right? I don't think socialism would work really, but it is like an empathetic position to have. And so for that reason, you know, I'm not going to say that all socialists or all, you know, lefty people are quote unquote, you know, evil, because they're not. But when it's fucking, you know, online with these super online communities of terminally online psychopaths, it evolves into we need to kill every landlord, right? Like that is the kind of way that is the way that it goes, which is nuts.
People telling me to kill myself love this guy. And that's true. They do. They love him. Hassan interviewed him. He hypes him up even as recent as like this week. Okay. This is a tweet he put out. The execution that we will carry out on all Zionists. And it features
Jesus.
Somebody whose arms is tied behind their back.
Oh my God, bro. Holy fuck. That is nuts.
And they've been impaled by a spike through their asshole and up and through their mouth. Now, I would like to know what people go, Hassan talked to him and he said he's not a Houthi and he says he doesn't hate Jews. Why is it you understand how this works with every other minority group? Like, do you really think that if I asked this guy, like, tell me what do you think a Zionist is, that he would have some nuanced
genuine question? How do you find time to break away from the internet? I mean, what do you mean, how do I find time? You just do it. Like, I just take a day off, you know? That's how. Like, the thing is, like, I have no schedule. I can always technically find time. A lot of the time I choose not to because I like doing internet stuff. I like my job, but, you know, you quote unquote find time. Like, I just log off for a bit, you know? That's it. Take a day off, get off Twitter, get off my phone. I don't even have Twitter downloaded on my phone. So when I'm going about my day, I can't read what's going on, right? I have to be on the computer getting work done to read Twitter.
answer about the difference. I mean, as you'll
You see why I think Hassan is paid off? The thing is, I don't think Hassan is paid off. Like, he literally has a massive audience that watches him and likes what he does. Like, I don't think he's paid off. The quote unquote, like, paid off part, if you want to talk about, like, corruption or astroturfing, is the fact that he's on Twitch and allowed to do this crazy shit he says while other people aren't, right? But, like, I don't think he's, like, funded by some, like, random mysterious force. Like, you can clearly see there are people who do agree with him. They exist. Thank you, Saria, for becoming a member. It's unfortunate that there are so many people out there that watch him, but, you know, they do exist.
You'll see this kid is a rampant anti-Semite and a violent Houthi terrorist, which I will prove to you guys, in my opinion, beyond a shadow of a doubt. However, so like this kind of rhetoric, frankly, disgusts and scares me.
Why does the description of the stream say Happy Tuesday? I saw a bunch of people ask that, and I honestly thought it was Tuesday, but I recognize now it is Wednesday, so I'll change it to Wappy Wednesday. I honestly thought it was Tuesday. I honestly thought it was actually Tuesday. I didn't even realize it was Wednesday. My bad.
People call me a Zionist. People call my wife a Zionist. It's my family. This is my children's life, okay? And this is a guy someone who I considered a friend, is talking about how cute and funny and awesome he is. Well, the immediate reaction to this was our subreddit getting mobbed by Hassan fans and probably snarkers, overwhelming the comments, overwhelming it. Now, here's where they say, top comment.
So he says, it's quite sad and demoralizing to see people in my own subreddit straight up lying and everyone uncritically believing them so they don't have to critique this dumbass terrorist.
This dude isn't a Houthi. He literally said it in an interview with Hassan. Like, how fucking obtuse are you, seriously? Like, David Duke.
Yeah, because like when you're a terrorist, you're going to say it, right? Typically, you know, like he's going to bring up members of the KKK are like, hey guys, it's me. I'm a member of the KKK. I am racist. Like you wouldn't expect that anyone to do that, right? They're going to just incriminate themselves. We don't really need to read between the lines here.
Says he's not a Klan member and he doesn't actually hate black people. It's like, okay, so I guess he doesn't. Like, are you fucking dumb? Okay, I'm getting too emotional. I'll calm it down. But yeah, obviously he isn't a Houthi. He literally said it to Hassan. Okay, great. Also, this is the part that they go after. This tweet is fake. Just like Ethan, you morons have been duped. Now, I'm thinking to myself, I saw this tweet. I remember it. This is a real tweet. What's going on here? Then people uncritically start accepting it. Wait, for real? Jesus Christ, the misinfo is nuts. Then they respond, yes, and psycho fans that are willing to believe Muslim Arabs are inherently evil will fall for this like Ethan. Now, excuse me. I said this kid's a piece of shit and all you heard was Arabs are evil. I mean, what the fuck is wrong with you, dude?
Yeah, just complete political brain rot, basically, right? That's just how this is.
Dude.
That's how internet politics works. Like, facts just do not matter.
Like, why is that what you heard? Continuing, here's a Hassan. Both of these, this guy's a Hassanabi head flare. Honestly, it's really sad watching Ethan slip into this rabbit hole and showing his bias. Brings back memory of that forsaken leftovers episode when he wouldn't even engage with Palestinian plight and kept saying, what about Israel? I don't even know what he's talking about exactly, but essentially they've all, and this is just an excerpt, but the whole chat was like, this is misinfo. Ethan's like lying. And this kid is innocent. He would never tweet this. He would never, ever tweet this. Moving on to the next one. I did a tiny bit of research and I found the archive, thankfully. I would have lost my mind if I didn't because I swear I saw it. Here's the tweet. It happened. The execution that we will carry out on all Zionists. Here it is. From this kid.
Bro, next they're going to say the fucking archive isn't real or something. They're going to say the archive website is paid off by Israel. Because it's all conspiratorial, you know? It's like the same kind of like shit you hear from someone like, you know, Alex Jones, some of that crazy shit. You know, as funny as some of it is the same kind of thing you're going to see from like Hassan's community, unfortunately. They're super fucked up. A tiny bit of research for a situation like this is wild work. Well, the thing is, like, it's just so obvious, right? Like, you know, I think he's about to present a document of research about Hassan, but like, you know, when he says tiny bit of research, he means like all he had to do was like find a link and he could find this archive.
Kid, July 23rd, 2024. By the way, he's banned on all social medias and there's a reason for that. It's because he's a fucking terrorist and he posts shit like this, okay? Does that surprise anybody?
I'm shocked.
I said, so now that we've proven it's real, I suppose we'll see a lot of apologies and corrections. Of course, we did not see that. But kind of what continues to shock me is, you know, people on the left are so hypercritical of MAGA people being like divorced from reality and not listening to reason and not acknowledging facts and kind of just thinking and whatever they think is real, they speak and it becomes real. That's literally what just happened in that chat. I posted something that was true, and because it went against their dogma, they swarmed our subreddit to accuse me of lying with zero evidence, and people uncritically believed them. That to me is disturbing, and that to me is dangerous. Here's a post that, again, doesn't have a lot of engagement, but I was struck by the fact that it had minus excuse me.
That statement is very ironic because if someone who served in the IDF army says they're not Zionists, we should believe them, but some say they ain't terrorists in a live stream, we should read between the lines. Well, you got to keep in mind here, like with, Ela Klein, she was born in Israel. Everybody who is in Israel has to be a part of the IDF, right? There's mandatory military service in that country. So like if you're born there and you serve in the IDF for some point in time, you can still come out of it and afterwards realize that like, maybe you aren't a Zionist. Maybe you don't like, the IDF. Maybe you don't like the Israeli state, right? Like there is plenty of possibility there, Like if somebody who's in the IDF is like currently, helping settlements or something or like invading certain areas, like obviously you can say that person's a Zionist. There's no, there's no doubt there. But like when it comes to, somebody who's actively, in that military organization or actively committing acts of terrorism, you're going to say they're a terrorist, right? I've never seen Ela be like, I am a Zionist, I am this way. I think Israel should expand, whatever, right? I haven't even seen that. Tom being a bootlicker. I'm a bootlicker. Let's come on stream and talk about how I'm a bootlicker. Let's talk about the bootlicking. K in chat. Let's do it.
As I said, I'm getting over something nasty. This person said, so all the hate speech and threats of violence are fine because there's other horrendous violence. It's okay for everyone to post violent hate speech because violence exists. Please explain. Things can be bad without there being a comparison.
I am the
zero-sum game. I don't want atrocities, cruelty, and violence, and I don't want hate speech all over social media. Being downvoted because I guess you guys are okay with seeing people threaten to kill, spear people alive. All hate stuff is bad is apparently a controversial opinion. This world's so fucked. And this person was getting downvoted. And it's like, dude, this is in my own community. The consensus I should just take the anti-Semitism and keep moving. And how dare I even complain or acknowledge it?
The thing is, like, unfortunately, I don't want to victim blame too much here, but I mean, Ethan invited a lot of this shit onto his channel and into his, kind of community when he did a podcast with Hassan. Like, you could have watched Hassan and clearly been able to see, like, a lot of the crazy shit he said in the past, right? Like, prior to him coming on the podcast. Like, it's not like after the podcast the crazy shit started, right? Hassan Piker has been an insane person for like 10 years online. But like, that didn't really seem to be a problem for Ethan before he, did a podcast with him. Maybe he didn't fully realize it. Does he totally deserve all of it? Maybe not, but he kind of made his bed a little bit, I feel like you got to be careful who you're willing to, share a platform and podcast with, They might say crazy shit. You're wrong, Tom. How am I wrong? Yeah, collabing with Hassan is like opening a gateway to political hell. Like, you got to know what you're getting into there, You're dead wrong. Is this bait? Am I getting one guide or am I wrong? Tell me.
Shit is so absurd. I invite you to imagine even saying that.
I do say too much. It's like my version of literally.
To another minority group. And then being applauded and upvoted and cheered on for it. You know where you see that? Fucking probably 4chan or, MAGA threads, probably where you see white supremacists talking about other races and stuff that were there, just, shut up and take it.
Yeah, exactly. You can't like do a show with Alex Jones and be surprised people in chat think the earth is flat, right? Or like be surprised people in chat think like Sandy Hook was whatever, staged. It's not really surprising that this happened. We could have predicted this, I think. Ethan went from like, because his entire arc has been like he started, as like a kind of apolitical commentary YouTuber who sometimes would talk about, loosely political stuff. Like he'd make fun of BuzzFeed or he would call out, like Joey Salads for like stoking racial tensions by doing the prank where he basically hired a bunch of black actors to like destroy a car with a Trump sticker on it to make it look like black people were violent, right? He would, tap into politics here and there. But then over time, he became more and more political. He began espousing leftist policies, and obviously he had kind of a political awakening. He felt differently about, politics in modern day than he did in the past. But, he went so far in that direction that he ended up getting Hassan on a podcast. And that's like the most extreme person you can possibly get when it comes to the left. So if you want to push back against that stuff, like, is Hassan's community insane? Yes, but you almost invited them. Well, not almost. You did invite them onto your channel. You made your own bed a little bit.
And once again, what does anti-Semitism have to do with Zionism? If I'm talking about anti-Semitism and your response is, I just don't care because of all this stuff happening in Gaza, how is it related? You're the one conflating Zionism and Judaism, and you do it all the time. Next, here's another one, Hassanabi Head. I thought Ethan said he wasn't a Zionist, right? Fuck Zionists. For real, fuck Zionism. He is. I mean, again, there's a famous clip of him calling the West Bank a Palestinian terrorist city. I'm not sure what that one is, but again, I'm willing to address anything that comes up. I thought Ethan said he wasn't a Zionist. So they're saying, like, why should he care about, Hold on, let me make sure I'm doing this.
You could say that with hindsight, but how long were you watching Hassan? He got more bold with his crazy rhetoric. Look at Hassan's streams with Destiny. But I mean, the Hassan streams with Destiny were from like 2016 and 17, maybe 18 at the latest, right? The Leftovers podcast started in like 2022. He had been on it like a crazy arc, right? He'd been on a crazy arc for years. Like part of the reason that Destiny and him fell out is because of how radical Hassan's community was.
In order. So they're saying in response to the spike, this person being impaled by a spike to death, and him saying, I want to kill all Zionists like this, they say, why should Ethan care? He's not a Zionist. In fact, this is proof he's a Zionist because he doesn't like this. I thought Ethan said he wasn't a Zionist, right? Fuck Zionists. And again, reminder, this is a picture of someone being impaled from their asshole to their mouth. And people are saying, fuck Zionists. For real, fuck Zionists. These people are essentially co-signing these threats of violence while calling me a Zionist because I apparently care about people being spiked up the asshole. FBI crime stats. This came out, I think, just last month. Jews make up 2% of the population and 15% of hate crimes in America. Must be nice for people unaffected by anti-Semitism to tell Jews it doesn't matter.
Bruh. This is like the 1350 meme. Jeez. Going full chud. Going full chud.
It must be nice to have that, to come from that that place of moral superiority when you're completely unaffected. It's quite stark. I mean, African-American hate crimes are still number one, but for the proportion of Jews making up like 2% of the population of America, the fact that they're number two is pretty stark. So again, you'll hear this kind of relates to a statement Hassan says. Maybe I'll pull it up now. Okay.
I lost my side job as a middle school coach because I told a player on the other team to stop talking and that he lost after the game. Did I crash out? I don't even know. I don't know what proper etiquette is for being a middle school coach. Should have told him he had El-Riz.
16 the doc. This relates to this.
I think what's crazy about this
he's
is
talking
that, like,
about, Honestly, at this point, I don't even remember
gonna
what
let
me and
clips
Frogan
now.
were arguing about, but he's basically defending Frogan. Do you remember what happened, Dan? Stand there. What happened with Frogan? I literally don't even remember the details of it. You don't want to say. That's fine.
You want-
Frogan is a person that was calling people crackers and saying they were white. Like she said, Ludwig had a cracker take because he didn't donate enough money to Palestine. And then I think Tectone called her fat and she had like a serious mental breakdown. She's one of these people that will constantly shit on bigger creators and like, you know, pull at their coattails, beg for attention. And then when somebody like shits on them, she like plays the victim instantly. It's very frustrating to see people like that. But this is how like a lot of the politics people are. They're extremely sensitive.
followed her.
I say what?
You unfollowed her, and then she talked about it in Discord.
Is that what he's talking about? Oh, this is from the
Tribally.
first one? Okay.
like Casey
So
Trump.
then that's what it's about. When I unfollowed her and then she said I hate Arabs and stuff in Hassan's Discord. And instead of, and this is a mod on his channel, instead
Back-to-back Twitch Rising Star. Yeah, that was funny. She got Rising Star on Twitch 2 years in a row at the Streamies because she had like 100 live viewers, which is crazy. That's what it takes to be a Rising Star on Twitch. If that was the case, I'd be a Rising Star on Twitch, okay? I don't even have any viewers there. I'll be a Rising Star tomorrow.
of, you know, having a word with her about, you know, what's going on, he actually chastised me. For what? Let's see.
Ethan is very frustrated and very emotional in this moment, but doesn't recognize
I just hate his voice, dude. I can't stand his voice. Why is his voice so high-pitched? He's like a big dude. Why is his voice like that?
that, like, perhaps a Lebanese woman who's a hijabi in the United States of America could also be very emotional in this exact same moment. You know what I mean? Like, that's what's so... And the reality of the matter is anti-Semitism is an unacceptable form of bigotry, whereas Islamophobia is a very acceptable form of bigotry. So being the bigger person...
Is it? I mean, a lot of people were just saying, like, Asman was Islamophobic. He got banned right away. Is Islamophobia an acceptable form of bigotry in the West? I don't think that's true, especially online. I don't think that's the case at all.
Person in this situation, regardless of your feelings...
So anyway, and God forbid you actually read the chat.
What reality?
What
is he
I'm
living in?
hearing, frankly, is that anti-Semitism is not really an issue, and so you shouldn't. Your complaints are less equal than Frogan's complaints because Islamophobia is more serious than anti-Semitism.
I think the extremists across ideological spectrum, rubber band is finally starting to snap. Most people are tired of this. Nature's healing. I mean, I don't know, man. It's hard to tell if most people are tired of it. Hassan still, you know, Hassan had a big dip in viewership, and then now that the election's happening, he's getting a huge surge, you know? It's hard for me to tell if political extremism is even, you know, falling to the wayside. I mean, look at that Andy Pants gaming guy we just covered. That guy's like an insane person. He's getting crazy views on YouTube, you know? Like, I don't know if it's actually going away anytime soon, man. It doesn't seem that way to me.
Despite, by the way, the fact that, as I pointed out, in reality, or not the opposite, because there is Islamophobia, but like this claim that anti-Semitism doesn't exist because everybody knows it wrong, as I perceiving it, is absolutely false. I've never seen more open anti-Semitism in my life, my whole life. The way that it's being normalized by the left and the right, and it's being kind of, in a case like this, he's normalizing it. He's greenlighting it. Again, FBI stat: Jews are number 2%, 2% of the population, 15% of all hate crimes. Okay, this is all I'm here. This is what I hear.
Crazy about
this to me is
that,
it's disgusting. Frankly, it's disgusting. It's a disgusting thing to say in the face of rising anti-Semitism, which once again apparently has nothing to do with Zionism.
Ethan is
so. Why is it that like?
I will say, I think the Jew jokes are hilarious. I like a lot of them. I'm like your average guy, like a good happy merchant meme once in a while. But on Twitter lately, I have seen, like, since Elon took over, I've seen a lot of like, we know who the real problem is type stuff, and it's like, ooh. It's getting a little more crazy, It's not just jokes anymore, I love a good Jew joke now and then. Love a good deep pocket joke, but there is a lot of like conspiratorial stuff I'm seeing everywhere now. It's pretty nuts. Thanks for the dono, Austin.
When Stop Asian Hate, that movement happened, when, these terrible hate crimes were happening to Asian people during COVID, of like random acts of violence in New York City and elsewhere, the people like Hassan, excuse me, and left rallied behind them. Nobody said, well, there is a chance China let it out of a lab. So, maybe the problem is that you need to get a hold of China. Maybe you wouldn't be getting punched in the face if China wasn't locking down its country and whatever. That's what I hear from people like Hassan.
Can I just say real quick, there's a few things I want to say, but I want you to finish. I know you have a lot to get through, so I'd rather say it at the end. But there are a couple things I'd like to say in response.
Okay.
I'm very emotional in this moment, but
a little bit of a lore drop. I don't know if I've ever talked about this. That guy, AB, used to be called Starkiller on YouTube. The way that guy got hired by Ethan is Gokanaru, who you guys know, made a video shitting on Ethan, and AB made a defense of him, and he then got to know Ethan and ended up getting a job on his podcast. Like, that's basically where he came from in the first place.
Doesn't recognize that, like, perhaps a Lebanese woman who's a hijabi in the United States of America could also be very emotional in this exact same moment. You know what I mean? Like, that's what's so... And
once again, comparing actions, I quietly unfollowed her to avoid any problems. She was posting what I perceived as sympathetic posts, encouraging and glorifying Hamas violence against Israelis.
Remember, she had a meltdown about being unfollowed, which is so funny. It's like jilted ex-girlfriend shit. It's like, I can't believe I got unfollowed by this guy. How about empathy for everyone? Well, that'd be nice. Unfortunately, a lot of people don't have empathy in the first place, so it's hard to have empathy for them.
Do you want to see it? I unfollowed her. She started making a huge scene, and including going into Hassan's community as a moderator and saying, I hate Arabs. The actions are not equal. Not even close.
The reality of the matter is anti-Semitism is an unacceptable form of bigotry, whereas Islamophobia is a very acceptable form of bigotry. So
again, her problem with Islamophobia is worth listening to. It's very real, and we have to listen to her. And frankly, she can't really do anything wrong. It seems like no matter what, because she's emotional, or she's a woman who's wearing a hijabi, he said. I don't know how to say it. Hijabi.
Yeah.
And so therefore what? She gets a pass on everything, and I never get to complain about anti-Semitism, even though Jews on a whole, according to...
Empathy is not conditional, Tom. Well, the thing is, like, when Hassan Piker advocates for censorship constantly, like, am I supposed to, like, go out on a limb and, like, feel empathy for him, like, all the time and, like, be like, no, don't ban him? Like, I don't think he should be banned. I don't want that. But like when somebody is actively encouraging the censorship of other viewpoints and like encouraging it, like should like destroying people's lives, literally. Like, am I supposed to feel a lot of empathy for that person? Like, if you extend empathy to me, I'll extend empathy to you, obviously, I think that's based. I think that's good. But if you're just like a dehumanizing scumbag constantly, like why would I, like, you don't even act like a real human,
The FBI stats, there's more hate crimes against Jews than there are at this moment than Arabs or Muslims, according to the FBI stats. Now, I'm not saying it's not important. I'm just saying what he's saying here is factually wrong. It's just an outright lie to make it seem like Jews are complaining about something that doesn't exist, even though they are. And it's a gaslighting campaign that continues to go on. That's my take on that part. Going back, I'm skipping around a little bit, trying to make sense, but we're getting there. If you guys want to look, the whole FBI census was posted recently, the new one. And it's interesting. I mean, check it out if you're interested. But yeah, FBI crime stats on USA, telling people that
What does the FBI qualify as a hate crime? What is their standard for it? I guess would be my question.
Anti-Semitism doesn't matter. It must be awesome and nice when literally you don't care. Do you think it's normal? So now the question goes to like, so first they said the tweet was fake about the pike, the killing Zionists with a pike. Okay, that's proven real. But then they say, well, he's not a Houthi pirate. He's just like a cool, awesome Yemenis kid who's kind of just like good kid, Mad City or whatever. Kendrick reference.
Dude, he's just like Luffy from One Piece. He's like Jet from Avatar: The Last Airbender. He's a fighter. He's a rebel.
Not now, Ethan. Do you think it's no? So I'd like to explore that accusation that he is not a Houthi. Okay, let's look at some of the evidence. Here he is with the AK and combat fatigues. Now, in poverty-stricken Yemen, do you think it's possible to get Yemeni? Thank you, Yemeni, not Yemenis. Do you think it's possible? Or do you think it's likely to get an AK or an automatic assault rifle in Yemen, poverty-stricken, if you're not affiliated with the Houthis? I mean, Houthis, guns are expensive as fuck, and it's kind of surprising. Dude, and I just continue, dude, there's so much evidence this dude is Jew-hating terrorist. Just say you support the Houthis, stand on your shit. Again, I respect that. Just say you support the Houthis, which his son does, and we'll get to that. But so here he is with a rifle, and again, okay, maybe he found that. I don't know how you get a high-powered rifle in Yemen without being affiliated with the Houthis, living in Houthi territory, but maybe he found it. I don't know. Here he is on top of a boat. Ship, we bombed a ship. This is him on a boat.
Jesus.
In the sea that was commandeered by Houthis.
Bragging about bombing a fucking ship. Holy shit.
Here he is. This is a translation that...
Here's my cute selfie from the ship I just bombed.
It wouldn't translate for me in the pictures, but feel free to do it. It says, ready to sacrifice, longing for martyrdom on top of a pirated vessel. Maybe he's talking about something else. I don't know. Longing for martyrdom, ready for sacrifice. Who knows? Maybe he's talking about something else, you know? It's possible, right? Here he is singing a little ditty on TikTok that goes, do you threaten us with what we are waiting for, son of a Jew?
Son of a Jew.
Nice little ditty there.
Huh.
Once again, clearly making a healthy distinction between Jews and Israelis. But just because he told Hassan through a translator once that he doesn't hate Jews, just Zionists, we're going to give him a pass. He's a good kid. And actually, we should prop him up. He's awesome. He's hot, by the way. Cute kid.
So base, dude.
So that's good. Yeah, that's fucked up. And now I'm giving myself a note to look at...
How can you not take Schadenfreude and Ethan reaping what he's sown for years with his relentless leftist tilt? I mean, you know, to an extent, you know, you can take a little Schadenfreude. I mean, the one thing I'll give him credit on is he couldn't have expected this conflict would break out and then all this, you know, even more crazy shit would happen. But there is definitely, like, you know, he had Hassan on his podcast for years. Hassan has said a bunch of crazy stuff. He was fine with it. You know, now it's a problem. You know, I don't want to like place a crazy amount of blame on him for it, but like you can acknowledge that like he made his fucking bed a little bit, you know?
12, one moment. Here he is. Now here, this is from a story. This is from the interview Hassan did with him. At the time, I have to admit, this interview blew my mind. I thought that this would be a bridge too far and that Twitch would step in and do something. He's interviewing a terrorist.
Spoiler alert, they didn't.
It's not that he's interviewing a terrorist, because I've seen Hassan try to deflect, just saying, oh, CNN reached me, BBC reached me, they want to talk to him, therefore it's real journalism.
I don't laugh at people who try to extend a hand in peace. Well, it depends on who you're extending a hand in peace to, you know? I think Hassan will admit to his faults or double down. No, because his faults, he sees his virtues.
Hassan did not ask him one critical question. In fact, the opposite. It was a complete puff piece where he sucked him off, elevated him, was uncritical, and even in the moments of absolutely insane statements like this, he essentially covers for him and acts like ignorant.
Chinese people, but one of the captain was Chinese, and he did qat with them, and he danced some music with them, and he was vibing. So he
was vibing.
Yeah.
He was vibing.
I mean, what?
Guys, we captured a ship. The prisoners were vibing.
Yes, he just admitted to being a terrorist who's hanging out with hostages. That's literally just what happened, and Hassan knows it. That's why he's laughing a lot and trying to deflect.
That's so crazy.
Yes, it is.
So they're just chilling with the captains? Like, I don't understand.
You don't understand? Do you think anyone would just get access to hang out with, like, these hostages?
And is Hassan just retarded? Or does he know what's going on? Is he just like Down syndrome, or does he know what's going on here? Where you respond to the Z Thug Shaker allegations, it's all true.
Why would he be hanging out with hostages? I don't know. But Hassan does a good way of deflecting it and being like, oh, no, this is just funny, silly stuff. You know what I mean? Awesome. Moving on to the next part. Here's more Terrorcore tweets, I like to call them, from our friend, cute.
Terrorcore?
Luffy.
The Terrorcore allegations?
There's a couple more for you guys to enjoy. This one is whatever. This one is the shit.
Hassan's a psychopath. I think he's too insecure to be a psychopath.
Ships we bombed and sank. Okay, not him because he's not a Houthi, but apparently they bombed and sank stuff. To every Zionist, I will put this into your stomach. It's him once again with a assault rifle. Looks like an AK-47. So that's the second death threat he's made against Zionists, and of course.
Is this him saying he bombed 171 ships?
As we know that he loves in his songs, "Son of a
Jew,
the number? We will kill you."
171.
There's a healthy distinction here between Zionists.
Why even prove anything when it's so clear they're lying about not knowing? Like, I simply do not understand what Ethan thinks he'll prove. I mean, I don't think he thinks he's going to prove anything to Hassan's audience, but he's trying to prove it to his own, you know? Like, that's really what he's trying to do here, it seems like to me. He's trying to prove to his own that, you know, there's crazy shit going on, and he's, like, not... Because a lot of his audience, his own audience that initially liked him, turned on him for this and went to Hassan. So I think he's trying to show them, like, to the people in the middle, or people on his side, like, hey, I'm justified in my anger at this, you know? I'm justified in not liking Hassan.
And Jews. And therefore, why should I care at all that Hassan is propping up a dude who's threatening to kill Zionists, who clearly has no healthy distinction between the two. And he continues to blur the lines between people who say Zionists and people who mean like normal-ass people who aren't fucking like genocide committers, and opening the door to rampant, blatant, open anti-Semitism under the guise of using the slur Zionism, which has no fucking meaning, no definition, because it's so broad, it's so nebulous, it means nothing. And it can be employed 1,000 different ways, 1,000 different people, and people use it just as a matter of fact, like everybody knows what it means. People started calling Bernie Sanders and AOC Zionists. I forget why, but they did something that everyone perceived as being pro-Israel or something, and now they're Zionists. And you know, it's like, well, I know AOC's not a Zionist. You know what I mean? But according to him, we need to kill her. We need to put her on a spike. We need to put AOC on a spike, kill her, shoot her with a gun. That's what Hassan thinks is not a problem. Moving on. So I don't know. Is he affiliated with the Houthis? I mean, listen.
I mean, he supported one of them, did a whole interview with him. He kind of is, right? I feel like that's affiliated is like the least of the criticism there. Yeah, he's buddies with one of them.
Point, I believe
straight up
that
boys.
It's impossible to deny. I do. I think it's impossible to deny that this kid is affiliated, deeply involved with the Houthis. He's on ships.
True. Curious what else he brings up here, because there's like a whole dissection of crazy clips he's going over. Oh, he brought this clip. Actually, this is a really funny one.
I don't know how he continues to show terrorist propaganda. It is quite alarming, and I genuinely don't understand it. And that's not even the worst of it. We'll continue. This is from yesterday. Okay. He compared this kid to Anne Frank.
Bro, comparing a guy who's like bombing ships to a girl whose people were like literally exterminated and was writing a book about how she's like hiding under her bed from the Nazis is so funny. That's like peak brain rot. It's so cool.
Let's take a look. Is this from yesterday? Yeah, it's from yesterday. It's a conversation with Asmongold.
A teenager.
Who I denounced, by the way, in the strongest terms. The man said insanely terrible things, accusing Arabs and Muslims of coming from an inferior culture. Is absolutely pathetic and something that I deeply disagree and oppose. Okay. That being said, in this conversation, this is what Hassan told him about the cute Houthi pirate
from Yemen. Okay. Mm-hmm. Who everyone called, myself included, called Timothy Charlemagne or Chalamet.
Is that the One Piece one?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Now this kid is like, I think he was like 19 at the time when I talked to him. Which means that for most of his life, he has withstood, right?
Sure.
Like he is a person whose only experience is like, it's literally like talking to fucking Anne Frank, basically, okay? Being able to talk to Anne Frank in real time.
Once again, I find this comparison insidious for a few reasons.
That's fucking awesome. That's fucking sick. Oh shit, he's got the clip of Hassan showing a terrorist fan video. That's gonna be keynote. I'm so curious how Ethan's audience is gonna respond to this. I'm so curious how they're gonna feel about it.
Right.
Musically gifted individuals.
Yeah. Okay, I'm sorry, I need the money, guys.
I'm gonna drop my food.
Yeah. He just leaves the stream and plays that with this guy sitting there being like, what the fuck's going on?
Let me read the words for you to enjoy. Now, once again, I feel that we should throw up. We disavow this video, Nate, because on YouTube.
Hey, Tom. Hope the day's well. Love the vids and streams. Fortunately, joined late. Can we get a quick recap on what's going on with H3? I mean, H3 essentially just did a podcast with Hassan. You know, they had a little business partnership for a while on the Leftovers podcast. And they had a big falling out over the Israel-Palestine conflict. And now Ethan is kind of coming after Hassan, showing some of his crazy behavior from streams, you know?
They actually don't allow
I'm not going to play more Class of 09. Fuck that game.
terrorist propaganda videos to play. And I want to make it very clear that I actually do not condone this. I think these guys are terrorists and they're dangerous and this is dangerous propaganda and I'm watching it for critical reasons. Is it up, Nate? Yeah, throw that up when I watch this because frankly, I'm risking my ass watching this clip. Yeah, fuck the Houthis. So he introduces it as a fun Houthi musical.
Musically gifted individuals.
Yeah. Okay, I'm sorry. I need the money, guys.
We do not care. We do not care. Make it a major world war. Great. Good messaging. Shooting, their heart longs for master rifles and assault rifles. Very good. Very cool. He gets up and leaves his poor friend there in the trenches, taking Houthi terrorism propaganda to the dome. And I've seen this clip, man. This poor guy has no idea what's going on.
Yeah, it's a very awkward position to be put in. I'm so surprised that Ethan did this at all. He's like going super in depth with all the clips. He's getting political AF. It's kind of crazy. Damn. Kind of surprised. Kind of shocked and surprised even. I think there's a lot of other clips he could pull up, but damn. I mean, he's doing it live right now.
Of a human being justifying genocide. She literally didn't, by the way. She literally said the opposite. That
he doesn't have a chat. I'm curious what his chat would say. I feel like he should have the chat and just not respond to it. I guess he just doesn't want to deal with whatever the cancer might be from the chat. But what is the H3 subreddit saying? Looks like they haven't posted about it really, from what I can tell. What if I go to, in fairness, I'm on a hot post about new. Ethan, please take care of yourself. Ethan, I hear you. I see you. We're here for you. It's so incredibly stressful right now with the war going on. I couldn't imagine how much more stressful it would be if I were a public figure on the internet. It's perfectly reasonable to not want an established country, Israel, to be wiped off the map. It's also perfectly reasonable to bring awareness to the normalization of anti-Semitism. You can absolutely want these things while also wanting peace. I'm right there with you. Try and focus on all the joy in your life and all the wonderful and resilient people. What are the comments? He ain't gonna fuck you, little bro. Jesus. Bo Blacks. Put him on a CRT TV. Have a life outside the pod. I love H3 to preface this, been a member for 6 years. I own most of the Teddy Fresh merch waves. I think the pandemic closed a lot of people off to their old friends and they haven't been able to get out of their quarantine life. Please just volunteer, exercise, study. Your whole life can't be watching this show no matter how great it is. People having to advise the audience to not to not be terminally online. That's funny. You should all be terminally online because the more terminally online all of you are, the more money I make, which is actually based. So definitely keep that in mind. All right, chat. Well, that's the majority of what I want to go over for that stuff. You know, I'm sure Ethan will go more in depth, but it's still live. So, you know, he's kind of getting into the weeds there with some politics stuff. But it's interesting to see him calling out Hassan now. Once again, I feel like he kind of made his bed with that. You know, you got to be careful who you do podcasts with, who you associate with as a creator. You could attract some crazy people. You could attract some seriously nutty individuals to your audience. You know, it's not too far-fetched. He's been calling out Hassan for months. Yeah, he has. I mean, this is like the biggest. This is like the biggest one, though. I don't think you can deny that this is the biggest one of all time. God damn. All right, chat. Well, that's all I want to go over for today. We got a good 6 hours in. Hope you enjoyed watching. I know I enjoyed doing it. I'm going to go and have fun and be safe even. I already lifted this morning, so I'm just going to chill for the rest of the night. Do some other work. Yeah. New Turkey Tom video tomorrow. New Tom Dark video tomorrow as well. Or maybe the next day. New live clips every day, and we're working on the IRL stuff. So hopefully you enjoyed the stream. Leave a like or dislike. And yeah, I'll see you all later. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye-bye.